What's this? I've been waiting for this. Santa just sent me a copy of his naughty and nice list. Let's take a look. Oh, I recognize some of these names. I'm looking for BPTV. Okay, here we are. We had a couple close calls. Oh, I didn't think they would be on the naughty list. Everyone at BPTV is on the nice list. I'm not surprised because we're all volunteers at BPTV. We either have a skill or an interest, something that we want to share with our community. For me, it's fitness. Today we're going to do some stretching and some exercises that are relevant to a lot of the activities that we do during the winter. So stay tuned, get some comfortable clothes on, bring your water, and I'll see you in a minute. I'm so glad we made it on the nice list. Start marching. We'll take this at your own pace. We're going from a seated position to exercise or stretching. So we need a segue to warm up our bodies. And that's it, just moving, basic movement, letting the arms swing, moving side to side. And you can slow it down, just little moves, but I can already feel my heart rate going up. So this is good. You can add a little bit of your own style to it. Feels good. And let's roll the shoulders up and down. That feels good. Getting rid of that tension. I can hear it cracking up there. You can take one at a time. Just loosening up. Because your muscles are like rubber bands. If they're cold and you stretch them, they're going to tear or snap. Same with your muscles. So you want to get that blood flowing. Nice big inhales and exhales and moving side to side. And march. So anything you want to do for maybe 3 minutes, 3-4 minutes, that'll get you warmed up enough so that you can safely move on to the next phase of exercise. So let's keep this going for just a little while longer. Now I want you to concentrate on form. Stomach's in. Your shoulders are back and your shoulder blades are pulled down your back. They're slid down so that you're not rounded forward. I want you to stand nice and tall. And back to side, and just move those arms. Oh, feels good. I can feel myself warming up already. Let's do some figure eights. Get the shoulders involved a little. Are you ready for the holidays? I love the holidays. But keep exercising and stretching during this time, and you'll feel a lot better. You'll enjoy the holidays more. Keep it going. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Back to march. Now try to lift those knees a little higher. Pump the arms. Pull it in. Stand tall, shoulders back. You can walk it forward. You can walk it back. As long as you're moving, I can really feel my heart rate getting up now. Just from simple movement. So remember, when we go from seated to exercise, we start with the warm-up. After being seated, and warming up, we need to stretch those muscles that have been tight while we were seated in a chair. So step 1 foot back, keep your feet about hip width apart, and I want you to just push your heel down into the floor, and don't be down here. We really need to bring that back up into a straight position, because if you're in a chair, a lot of times you're kind of hunkered down and wrapped up in blankets or hound dogs, as I am, and just kind of push into the heel, and you're going to feel it right here. This needs to open up because when you're seated, it's always folded here. So stretch it out, and at the same time, you can grasp your fingers together, and you want to open up the chest because we're folded forward most of the day if we do seated work, computer work, or even if you're just watching a movie. So you want to open up the chest, take the shoulders back and down, and hold this for about 15 seconds, and then let it release. And we'll take it to the other side. So step the opposite foot forward, and you're going to feel that stretch right here. And push the heel down to the floor, or I should say lead it to the floor. You don't want to force it. And just feel the stretch, reach behind. Doesn't that feel good? Especially after you've been at the computer for a couple hours, you're working. And breathe into it. Your muscles will release if you breathe and shake it out. Another thing is our heads are turned to the side a lot if you're, reading a book. So you want to loosen up the neck muscles. Let's just bring the chin down to the chest and bring it back up. Exhale down and bring it back up. I'm going to gently put my hand on the side of my head. I'm going to lead the opposite arm down to the floor as I exhale and just kind of reach over here and put a little bit of effort into bringing my head off to the side, but I'm also adding opposition by reaching to the floor. And I can really feel the stretch there. And let's hold that for a couple seconds and release it down. We'll go to the other side. Just bring that arm up. And you can hold a weight in this hand if you need a counterbalance. Inhale and then exhale and try to lead the arm to the floor, the opposite arm, as you put a little pressure on the side of your head, and you're going to feel that all the way down. And release. Look to the left. Look down at your ankle. Come back up. Come back to center. Look the other way. Look down at your ankle. Come back up. And those are good stretches to do after you have been seated for some time. One activity that we don't want involved in this holiday season, or any time for that matter, is falling. So we need to work on balance every day. Stand on one foot and just lift your knee a little bit and touch the toe down. You can start there. You want to stand nice and tall, remember, with the shoulders back and down, and look at a spot away from you. Across the room on the wall, and just lift your leg, keeping your nice posture. Lift one knee and just work on the strength of one leg. And release. You're going to need that strength. If you go to fall, you can catch yourself and maybe get your balance back. So these are just tools that you can use to stay safe and strong, especially when it's icy outside. Ice is scary. So just work on this. I find myself folding forward a little, so I need to regroup, find that spot that I need to look at. And you'll find the sweet spot where you're comfortable with the balance. Stomach's pulled in, shoulders back, and release. When you're walking on ice, you're only one foot is down at a time, so you're always going, one foot's up in the air. So it's good to practice that. You might start to fall backwards and just catch yourself with one leg. So you need to have that equal strength on both sides of your body in order to protect yourself from falls. We do things this time of year that we don't always do, such as getting decorations down from a high closet or in the attic. So you need to work your shoulders to keep them strong and let them get used to what you're going to do. Be prepared for that. If you have not been lifting over your head recently, you could pull a muscle pretty easily. So I like to use small dumbbells, or you can use a couple water bottles, filled with water. And I want you to keep your knees slightly bent. Inhale. Exhale as you push the weights forward and back down. Exhale. Inhale. Now, I'm not pushing them straight up here because I don't want you to lift like that when you go to the closet and you go up to get your decorations. You're not going to lift like this. You're going to be lifting at an angle. But if you're not used to using your shoulders like that, that could be troublesome. So let's just practice this move. And you can do this, a couple times a week. Practice the moves that you're going to be doing. And that's pretty much the key to being safe, is just go over the moves. And you don't even have to use weights. Just get yourself used to reaching up and back down. That way, when you go to bring down the lights, your muscle has memory and it will remember that you went there before. So it, isn't going to act up on you. Another activity that we seem to do quite a bit during the holidays involves picking up kids. So you've got the kids or the grandkids over and you want to go to pick them up. So you want to do that safely. And remember our squats. You squat with your knees behind the toes. Squat down, kind of put your butt out to the back and sit back. And there you pick them up and bring them in. And sit them back down. I know that sounds kind of basic, but it really is important not to lean over like this and pick someone up. It puts so much pressure on your low back, and you want to be really careful with that. Kids are heavy, 30, 40 pounds, and you go to pick that up, it's like a sack of potatoes. So remember to squat, or you can always put one leg back, and you can squat like that. But I like to squat straight down into a chair position. That way you pick them up and bring them in. And then you put them back down. So let's do a set of squats. We're going to sit down and come back up. Let's just do a few. This is something that you can work on anytime, but it's really helpful to keep these legs strong. If you want to be involved in activities, especially with kids, because, there's no rhyme or reason. They're just playing. So have fun, but stay safe. Keep that back strong. You're squeezing the glutes on the way up. Let's do one more. Another fun activity, snowballs. So when you go to throw snowballs, step one foot back. You want to take that arm back, and as you come up this way, bring the heel up and twist slightly with the toe, and you'll get a lot of power with that. Now you use the triceps when you throw that snowball. A good exercise to strengthen your triceps would be kickbacks. So keep your knees right here, slightly bent. Elbows are tight in. And you just want to exhale and extend the arms back. I need to keep my neck a little straighter here. And bring it here. I don't want my head up like that. And just take the arms back and squeeze the triceps. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale. Now that's going to give you some power. And when we stretch our triceps, we can take the elbow straight to the ceiling and just pat yourself on the back, and you'll feel that all the way down. And do it on the other side. And release it. Okay, get your snowball. We're going to take one foot back. Everyone's favorite winter activity, shoveling snow. You know we're going to get some heavy snow. We're in the Berg, we always do. But just be safe out there when you go out to shovel the snow. You want to get in a stance, underhand here. You want to bend the knee. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to put my left foot forward and just kind of squat down a little bit. And I don't want my hand up here because it's going to make the weight really heavy and I can feel it go directly into my low back. So you want to squat, take your hand down here. If the snow is really wet like we get sometimes, you'll want to come even further down and pick it up. But I usually go about right here, and I want to keep my elbow in as I pick it up, and I'm not going to take the shovel like way over here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick it up, elbow in, and I'll take it about here and kind of pop it to make it fly off of the shovel. But keep the elbow in. It's just a little move here. You pick it up. You can use your leg too. My friend Marcy is left-handed, and we were comparing shoveling, and she goes the other way, and she uses her legs sometimes if the snow is really heavy, you know, to balance on like that and help. So that's another way, but you want to make sure that you twist over the leg that is in front, like we do with our exercises. We always twist like that. We don't twist over that back leg because it takes your hips out of alignment. And you want to think about all that when you're snow shoveling. So here we go. And pick it up. I've got my elbow in. I'm going to take it. I don't look, it's not pretty when I snow shovel. I'm not really that good at it. My husband is. I try. But if it's light, I'm okay with it. But if it gets really heavy, I just have to get down really low and make sure that I'm squatting. I'm using my glutes, my legs, my calves, my feet, everything's tight because this is maximum effort when you're snow shoveling. So be careful with that. You can use the snow shovel for a couple exercises. We'll just take it behind us and inhale. Exhale, push it back. It's opening up the chest. Feels really good on the front shoulders. You're going to need to stretch after you shovel snow. Snow's fun though. I really like throwing snowballs. And bring it down. You can use it for balance, for exercises if you want to keep up with your squats, sitting back. You can do it like that. So have fun out there, but make sure that you stay safe. Inhale up, exhale. Take your hands behind your back, grasp your fingers together, and let's just open the chest and get rid of all that tension. Because most things we do during the day, we're leaning forward. If we're wrapping Christmas gifts, we're cooking. I don't know who cooks like that, but we're doing everything forward on the computer, on our phones. So you really need to release all of that tension so that you can take deeper breaths and get more oxygen into your body. And it just makes your body work a lot better. So you want to keep everything open. And shake it out. Let's take that elbow to the ceiling. Remember, pat yourself on the back. And you can just kind of push it back here easily. Don't force anything. And your knees are slightly bent. You don't want to lock them. We're trying to just relax and release it down, and we'll take it to the other side and bring that elbow up. And even if it only comes up this far, however your body works, just work with that. And if you need more flexibility, it'll come in time if you keep working at it. So you just have to keep at it. And release it down and make sure you're breathing through all of your stretches. I'm going to put my hands here and take one leg back and just really reach and stretch. Knees over the ankle. I'm leaning that heel into the floor. And bring it up. And let's take the other side, the other leg back, and just reach. And that feels really good on the back, the mid-back. And keep that knee over the ankle. I can feel the stretch back here in the calf. And bring it back up. Let's go back to center. And bring your hands together. And elbows up. And breathe. Bring those fingers in toward your chest. Wherever it feels comfortable. We want to keep the hands stretched. Do that again. And bring it here and shake them out. Make fists and then release. Make some fists and then release. Try to get your fingers really stretched, nice and flexible. And also, you want to bend the wrist down and then release. And do that a couple times. And release. Just keep everything mobile as much as you can. Roll them in a circle. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's the problem. So you just have to solve the problem by using it and just keep exercising. Open them up and close. And close. And shake it out. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and happy holidays, no matter what holiday you celebrate. I wish you peace, joy, love, and a prosperous 2023 from all of us at BPTV. Have a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas. I'll see you next time.